Welcome back to In His Perfect Image podcast. Today, in the Hebrew Word series, in episode 15, we will talk about Chanukah. So, Chanukah is known modernly as the Festival of Lights, and maybe to an ancient Israelite, it would have been more known as the Festival of Dedication. It is a holiday that is celebrated from the 25th of Kislev to the 3rd of Tevet, not one of the original Moedim, yet a celebration that has grew in importance among the Jews and was celebrated even in Yeshua's time. Hanukkah means dedication, consecration, or inauguration. It originates from the times of the Maccabees. After 3 long years of a bloody war against the Syrian Greeks, they finally managed to oust them from Jerusalem and began cleansing the temple that was desecrated by those Greeks. And this victory was not merely a military one, it was also a spiritual victory over the Hellenistic attempts to prohibit Jewish practices. Hanukkah in general represents the victory of faith over speculative reason and demonstrates the power of the miracle in the face of mere humanism. Yeshua was found teaching at the temple during Hanukkah. There's been debates whether he was actually there to observe Hanukkah. Either way, he was at the temple. I believe he took advantage of the situation. He was, after all, sent to rededicate the hearts of Israel back to Yahweh. And it was during this time that he also started to point out to his fellow brothers that his works and character attested to his identity as Messiah. The light was never to go out in the temple per the law of God. Israel actually found themselves in a bit of a predicament at the time of the Maccabees. You see, there was a meager portion of non-defiled oil remaining that would only last them for 1 day. And miraculously, it actually lasted all 8 days necessary to prepare a new batch of non-desecrated, non-defiled oil. Now, this story also came about a bit later. It was not in the account of the Maccabees, so some actually question its authenticity. And yet, Jews, in response to this miracle, this story, light candles during Hanukkah, starting with 1 on day 1, all the way to 8 on day 8. One Hasidic text actually even suggests that the light of Hanukkah is a foretaste of the light of Messiah and is meant to educate us for our eventual redemption. Of course, we believe that our redemption has already arrived. It was in the shape and form of our Savior Yeshua, and He is the one who managed to turn our hearts back to God, and He is the light of the world. Also, per some ancient Jewish elders, the word Messiah may actually be an acronym for "We light throughout the 8 days of Hanukkah." The central lamp of a Hanukkah menorah is actually called a shamash, meaning servant, and it means it is actually the original flame that kindles all of the other ones. And so it all kind of points to the suffering servant that was our true light of the world, and that is Yeshua Messiah. For more, you are free to join me on my blog. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Until next time, Shalom.